tonight we're going to do our version of a Matambres. I don't even know if I said that right. It translates into hunger killer, and it's an Argentinian dish. And it's, to us, it's the same as what we would call a pinwheel steak. You use a flat meat, you stuff it, you roll it. But here's my meat, and I'll post the recipe with our marinade, but we've been marinating for about 3 hours. A few hours overnight might even be better. A little cilantro, garlic, onion, red wine vinegar. You know me, you can't do it without the garlic. And we're going to do 3 different ones and several different variations. So we've got our cheese. We've got 2 cheeses here. We've got our hard-boiled eggs, spinach, something we're going to do kind of thinking of my own. This is our stuffed smoked jalapenos. Then we've got our partially cooked bacon, asparagus, julienne carrots, sweet onions, and sweet peppers. So now we're going to, and don't forget the cilantro here. So now we're just going to kind of roll them out, fill them up, and roll them up and tie them. So let's see how this works, because I really don't have a clue yet. Then we're going to put them on the Royall, and we're going to cook them in the smoke, probably use hickory, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so I've got my first piece rolled out here, my first piece of meat. And what this is just flat meat or a flank steak. It's been run through the tenderizer. I actually wanted something bigger, but all we could find was this. And I don't know if you may recall, there was one time that this was a trash meat, couldn't sell it. It's $5.99 a pound now. So we're just going to kind of lay this out with some of our peppers and spread it all kind of around a little bit and see what we can do. And asparagus. Just kind of roll this fresh asparagus. We got this at the farmer's market.
In Marietta.
And see what we can do with that. And then I think these are too big to do the way they traditionally do. I've seen it done 3 ways. The whole egg, a chopped egg, quartered egg. You know, so I think what I'm going to try and do is maybe just half slices and see what we can do there. See if I can do that without cutting my meat. Yeah, I like that. That looks like that'll work real good for us. And then we'll put a few of these in here. Then we'll load this thing up with some cheese here and see how we do. And we're going to put a little spinach in here, and Harriet's got to do her little bit.
She doesn't like spinach.
Little sweet onion. Some julienne carrots. So there's going to be plenty of veggies in here. The meat has been marinating for about 3 hours. You should smell it. It smells awesome. So I think, I don't know, maybe I'll do another layer of peppers here. I think I'm good to go there. So I'm going to take it here and try and roll this up. I'm trying to roll it tight so I can keep everything in there. Hold my egg as we come over it there. I think I'll come up. Oh yeah, I'm happy. Look at that. Now all I have to do is tie it off. Okay, we're going to add a little cheese here just to keep things cheesy. And this is a nice Mexican cheese. It's a nice soft cheese. And it's an Oaxaca is the name of it. I'm probably not pronouncing it anywhere near right.
It's the name of a town in Mexico.
Well, regardless, if I was going there, I'd be lost. But there we go. Now we're going to try and roll this up as tight as we can. A little overflap there. And then stretch it out and roll that up. It's alright if you've got holes in your meat. It shouldn't hurt anything. I've got just regular butcher's twine here. And I use that to tie it. I'm going to try and tie it tight so it holds together as it cooks in my broth. Try and hold everything in it. I talk about not doing a fancy knot. I'm not doing any knot at all.
I guess that means it's not a knot.
There we go. Stuff that egg and stuff all my goodies back in there. See if I can come up here and do it again on this end. Down here a little farther. Alright. Again, you don't need any fancy knots. Just anything you can do to tie it will be just fine. And there we go. And that's our first one. I'm going to do my spinach here because that's what I picked up first. Just kind of spread it out, a little color. And see what we can do there. I don't hear Harriet complaining this time.
She knows you're going to add bacon.
And little sweet pepper. Little onion. Little cilantro. I think that's all I'm going to put on this one. Cutting small eggs, so I need the biggest knife I can find. Butcher's twine. See, cheese.
Once again, the queso Oaxaca.
Makes me think of mozzarella. Alright, so again, you try and roll it up as tight as you can. This reminds me of the fatties that we do when we roll those up. How everything goes down towards the end. I got all my goodies trying to poke out the end here. Nice tight tie there on the end here. Try and hold everything in there. I'll see if I can come down here and do that down here. String's too short. Now in theory, you can cook these in the oven at 350 for an hour. We're going to use the grill at 350 for an hour. We do a lot of stuffed jalapenos, smoked stuffed jalapenos. So I saved some of our leftovers for that. We've got jalapenos that are wrapped in bacon, smoked on the grill, stuffed in cheese and garlic. So I chopped a bunch of those up. So that's going to be our base here. So I wanted to do something just a little different, a little zippier. So you can see my jalapenos and my bacon, my cheese. And we'll just kind of spread all this out and see, just add stuff till we can't add anymore. We'll know how it is when we're done. All right, that looks good.
It's a start.
A little color, I'll do the peppers. A little cilantro. Gotta have onion. Love sweet onions. I'm gonna put some bacon in this one.
That's why Harriet's not barking.
Now we pre-cooked this bacon a little bit. It's what I call limp cooked. It's only about halfway done. That way I know that it'll be done when we're ready to eat. And I'm going to zip this one up a little bit. Add a little more cheese here. And I'm going to put in some green salsa. The green salsa here we just love. Mrs. Refarno's, is that how you say it?
Mrs. Renfro.
Yep. It's good stuff. Got a little bit of zip to it and a whole lot of flavor.
And we wanted to do something special tonight because our good friends and some of our favorite crash test dummies, Matt and Carrie, are celebrating their engagement. They're going to be happy with this.
So we're going to try not to burn them up. But we want them to have a smoking nice evening. You should smell this. Should I egg it?
Egg it. Let's do quarters just to see how it looks.
And quarters might actually roll up better.
It could happen.
I think I'm going to try and stop right there. Try and roll it as tight as you can. Boy, I'll tell you, this is making my mouth water.
It smells really good.
Oh man.
And Carrie and Matt brought the Argentinian wine called Malbec that we're going to braise these in. And as a side, we're just going to do a simple rice-a-roni kind of thing with some chopped up jalapenos. And for something different, we're going to cook the rice in tomato soup that we're going to put some cumin in. We're going to use the tomato soup instead of water to give it some color and flavor.
All right. This one we're kind of doing a little freestyle. Got the idea from Aaron Black of Meat Incorporated barbecue team. He says he does this one and with the peanut butter, and actually has done pretty well with it. People really like it. Looks like I need a little more peanut butter though.
Never enough.
I love peanut butter. Patty just won't wear it. I've tried to get her to use it for cologne. Says the flies stick to it.
You're enough of an animal. Of course, maybe if strawberry preserves were involved.
Well, we're not going to use that tonight. But what we are going to use is bacon. A lot of bacon. And peanut butter and bacon is already on the top of my good stuff list.
Our niece Pebble says that bacon's nature's perfect food and we can't argue.
Harriet's here waiting for you to drop some. A little cilantro. I don't know. What else we want to add? Just cheese?
Just cheese.
Onions? Gotta do onions.
I'd say carrots, but Ken would figure that'd ruin it.
Yeah, I don't want no rabbit food. And then we're going to top this with pepper jack cheese. One piece of cheese left, that's for the cook.
You know he's going to put peanut butter and bacon on that piece of cheese.
Oh, I think I'm in love.
And of all the ingredients we used, you can really smell the peanut butter. And we used crunchy.
The red wine and the garlic, cilantro. Alright, so you can see I've got my Matambres, 4 of them. They're all different, rolled up in my pan. And now what we do is we put a broth in there about halfway up, and you put them in the oven for 350 for an hour, so they say, but we don't ever use the oven. We got a nice smoker out there, a Royall. So I've made a broth up, and for my broth I used onion soup mix, which is beef based, but it's got all the flavors of the onions and stuff. And there's a little cilantro in there, and a ton of garlic. And I put a spoonful of beef base in here also. So this will end up as a very, very rich broth. See all my chunkies? There, and scrape those out and we're good to go. Harriet!
She's hungry, the poor thing.
Alright, we're going to add a little more wine to this because I want a little more liquid. And Matt and Carrie brought this over for us, a nice Argentinian red. So we'll just pour a little bit more in here. Save a little for the girls. Off to the grill.
Love to cook with wine. Sometimes we put it in the food.
I've got my meat probes in here, my Maverick meat probe, my remote. And we're going to let this thing go at 350 for about an hour and see what our temperatures are and see what we think. Looks real good, smells just awesome. Driving me crazy. I'm ready now at 350. I'm going to roll these. You can see some of the cheese seeping out the holes. Looking really good. We've been at 350 for an hour. The internal temperature is around 160. So we know they're done, the veggies are done, and we're going to pull it and go from there. Let it rest for a few minutes, and see you in a minute. It smells good. You can tell it's jalapeno just from the smell. Looking good and smelling good. But at this point I can't tell which one it is. This is the first one we did. You can see the carrots and the asparagus and the eggs and the peppers. So this is a more traditional Matambres. Peanut butter. You can smell the peanut butter and the bacon. Let's eat. Alright, this is awesome. This is beautiful. You guys should be able to smell this.
Let's eat.
Last night we did these guys up. We served 4 different ones, 2 traditional, and 1 jalapeno and 1 peanut butter. This is the jalapeno. And you can see how nice everything is in there, the bacon and the eggs and the jalapeno. Looking really good. Traditionally these are served cold. They're refrigerated overnight and sliced, as which I've done here, and then either heated up and served as an appetizer or served cold as an appetizer. And this one here is the traditional, the asparagus, the carrots. We've got some red sweet onion in there, red sweet pepper I mean, and the egg and cheese. Cheese is pretty much melted and infused, both of them. And what you don't see though is the peanut butter one. Hands down, the peanut butter and bacon Matambres last night was off the hook. There were no survivors, no leftovers. They ate that up. Which, sad to say, there's none for leftovers today. But it tells me that I'm going to make more of those. And I originally got the idea on that from Aaron Black of Meat Incorporated. That's his name of his barbecue team. Meat Inc. Looking good.